Welcome to Deep Thought, Confronting False Beliefs. Now, check it out. And I mentioned something in my previous podcast about the power of false beliefs. Because I recently had a person close to me, I don't think they'll mind me mentioning it, where they've been forced over the past year to confront beliefs that they've held since they were children. Since they were a child. And that is the bravest thing. I told this person that this thing made that person very special. Because understand, false beliefs are deep. Once people develop a belief about something, it takes a major trauma for them to even acknowledge it, let alone confront it. Because most people don't know it. Most people, starting from the time they come out of the womb, really before the womb, they have false beliefs like foisted on them. And it's a combination of family. It's a combination of the media. It's a combination about peer groups. It's a combination of spiritual practices or religious practices. It comes about through the education system, or a better term, the miseducation system. So people develop this. It could a very big way false beliefs come about is how people interact with each other through relationships. Relationships are probably one of the most important things, if not the most important thing that people have to master. Indeed, I know in African traditional religions, they consider that to be of extreme importance. Just you have to confront those, some can happen through those relationships to give you something. Like, I know a person, they were called, like if a person's called unattractive or called ugly as a 12-year-old or something, that could affect them as a 44-year-old. Even to the point of, even if they are recognized by other people as being physically attractive, they still thinking like that 12-year-old, because that false belief just grows, because all they're going to do is latch onto those events or circumstances that support that false belief. So you might get somebody who was a woman who was called ugly at 12, and she'll have 9 guys, she'll out of 10 guys, out of every 10 guys, she'll have 9 guys be like, oh, you're beautiful, you're attractive. But because she held on to that false belief, guy number 10 who's like, you ugly, that's all she gonna think about. So that's powerful, and that's not just in relationships. I mean, just anything, intelligence, the ability to do something, their social standing. You could have somebody very smart, like naturally smart, but if they constantly told they're stupid, they're dumb, and they come to believe it, well, they're going to spend the rest of their lives like acting like it. You got a lot of very intelligent people out here, because they weren't given validation when they were young, actually think they're stupid. And they will actually do stuff to enforce that belief. So, and when you look at anyone, any single human being, I can point out all I have to do is have a good hour conversation with them. Sometimes I don't even need that much. Sometimes I can just take a look at them. In the extreme cases, if they kind of a moderate case, I'd have to have a conversation with them. But if you say why someone hasn't reached their full potential, it's always a false belief. And I'm saying this even for myself. I'm not acting like I'm above it. I know this because, I had to confront my own stuff. I didn't really start exploding like just professionally until I started confronting those beliefs. Like, I was doing well because I hadn't fully embraced some of those beliefs, but they were still there. Now, every time I knock off a false belief and say, that really wasn't true. That really wasn't true. All of a sudden everything explodes. Like there's a false belief I have right now I'm still dealing with. And I always have to say, well, hold up. I'm thinking that it was this way, but then I had to start focusing on the instances which counteracted that belief, which exploded that false belief. Then I had to realize, oh, it's just me. It's tough. It's tough because you're talking about something. I'm going to tell you what, that's how deep you need almost, as a mentor would say, a Star Wars canon to get through it. Like for anybody who saw The Last Jedi, you need that joint, that battering ram energy thing to get through it. You know, some Death Star technology to get through it. Because that's how deep it is. Like you could sit around and tell a person something. It's like I used to see on, they don't do that. They haven't done this in years on any of these talk shows, but there was a talk show, I forgot who it was. It might have been Oprah, where they had some very attractive people who honestly thought they were ugly. Or when you get someone in great shape, like I got friends now. I got some dear friends now, very slim, everything. Like people would kill, like men would kill to possess her body, and women would kill to have her body. Yet she would constantly be like, I'm overweight. This is disgusting. It's like, huh? I even tested her body fat for one time. I was like, for your age, your body fat range is like perfect, you know? But her false belief was, oh, she's fat. In fact, you get a lot of that with people with eating disorders, you know? That's how deep it is, you know? Or you get people with a false belief. I mean, there's 5 general false beliefs, 5 general ones, and then, you know, you still got to like break it down to the degree that an individual will have it, right? You know, you got some people with a false belief that everybody of the opposite sex is just naturally evil. So imagine that person trying to get in a relationship with the opposite sex. Or you got people with a false belief that people will be, you know, anybody they love will abandon them or ignore them or something like that. So they trying to fight through that. Or one false belief, people see this a lot. But it's a hard one for people to fight through because it's hard to do. From a personal perspective, it's hard for people to deal with somebody who has this. And this, you get people with a false belief that in order to, you know, have a good relationship, they have to have some type of control. And that's a common. People see that. You see those people with those control issues or something, annoying to deal with. You know, as a man, when I encounter women like that, I mean, the relationship can be very passionate on a physical basis. But then there's always little things to try to control. And it's like, that annoys the hell out of me. So, yeah, I see which false beliefs. Hey, I can spot that one because I can't stand that one. I can't deal with that. You know? So, that's easier for me to spot. That's like the one false belief I can't deal with. I can deal with the other ones. And then you got some people in a victim mentality. You know, that's a dangerous false belief. It's like these people, you know, the sun could be shining and stuff. They see that one dark cloud way in the background, or they feel like every single instance is somebody oppressing them or something. I've seen some very intelligent people who would have that. Everything they say is the sky is falling. The sky, you're just like, dude, really? Or lady, really? And that leads to passive aggressive stuff. And then you got people with trust issues. You know, just you can't trust people. Shit. That's my personal false belief I've had to deal with. So, I mean, that's some powerful stuff. So, one of the most powerful things a person has to do is attack those beliefs, those false beliefs. Because the problem with those false beliefs, they always stop people from getting someplace. Always. Or getting the ultimate happiness. Even if somebody can... like you have a lot of people with the trust thing. You have some people who have that issue, and because of other aspects of their personality, which is a whole other podcast, they can actually have a level of material success in this culture. But you'll find they don't have love in their lives. You know, it's empty. They've got everything outside of it, but because they have trust issues, they don't have like that relationship with someone. You know, or they might not have a lot of close friends and stuff. So it's powerful. So it's powerful when somebody confronts it, because I had mentioned in the previous podcast, I had a very good friend that confronted a false belief they had, you know, since they were like a child. And it's a powerful, I'm noticing the differences already. I'm noticing the differences. It's just like, wow. Because, the thing is, those false beliefs, they're literally an invisible chain around your spirit. And if you can free it, you can fly. Like, you can get happiness. If people, see, one of the things, people, when they don't succeed or don't have happiness, they always look outside themselves, but it's really within. For example, I know this woman now, right? She got a serious control issue. Yeah, that's her problem. She's wondering why she can't find happiness with a dude. And I said, look, you're not a bad person. She's very passionate, very caring. Shoot, most dudes will fight to be with her, but her control issue turns dudes off. It turns dudes off. Now, if she can confront that, if she can deal with that, shoot, she gets all the happiness she wants. That's with everything. Like, if you want material success, you want emotional success, you want happiness, you got to confront that false belief, because that's what the prisoner is. It's not outside. It's not the Illuminati. It's not the they. It's not the devil. It's not the white man. It ain't some black thugs. It's not the Jews. It's something within you. And that's another thing. You see, once a person understands that the real thing is within them, shoot, they confront that, then they go forward. They realize, wait a minute, nobody really outside of me is against me. That's why I tell people, look in the mirror. So anyway, right? That's it. Confront those false beliefs, y'all. So keep rising and transforming. Peace.